Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to try to go through all the reasons to use a VPN in the shortest amount of time possible. So just as an introduction, everything pretty much breaks down into one of two categories, either using a VPN in order to access a website or service that's only available in a different country, basically to make your location when you're using the internet seem different than your physical location. And secondly, in order to get more privacy and security when you're using the internet. So a VPN, it looks something like this. This is ExpressVPN. I'll talk a little bit more about my favorite VPNs a little bit later on in the video. If you want to find out more at any point, there will be more useful information and links in the description below. But the way this works, we would just go over here to the location tab. A window would open up with all of the countries that we can connect to. ExpressVPN has 105, and then you would just click on one and you would automatically be connected to that location. And now I'm connected up to the United States. So any website or application, anything I do on the internet is going to think that I am in the United States regardless of my physical location. And the same would hold true for any location that I connected to in the VPN. So when it comes to using a VPN, in order to make it seem as if you're in a different location when you're using the internet, by far the most popular reason is going to be to access different content libraries from streaming services like Netflix, Prime Video, or Disney Plus. All of these and basically every other streaming platform out there is going to offer you different content, different movies and TV shows based on the country that they think you're in. So by using a VPN, you can make it seem as if you're somewhere else and access content from all over the world. Now, next up after streaming would be for gaming. If you want to access a game that's only available in a specific country or in a different part of the world, you can also use a VPN to get potentially better or more stable ping by changing your location. And for some games like Warzone, you can even use it to get easier lobbies. Now, next up are going to be websites that have heavy government regulation, and in different countries, there's going to be different laws. So that would include cryptocurrency exchanges, prediction markets, and online sports betting, gambling, and casinos. All of these kinds of websites have different regulations based on the country, and using a VPN can allow you to access a website that may not be accessible in a specific place in the world. For example, Binance.us is what you would use in the US. If you wanted to access the international website, Binance.com, you can use a VPN, connect up to a country where Binance.com is available, and then you would be able to successfully access Binance.com. So those are some of the most popular reasons why you would want to use a VPN in order to make it seem as if you're in a different location when you're using the internet. But a VPN also gets you more security, privacy, and anonymity when you're using the internet. And the reason for this is because when you use a VPN, instead of your device connecting directly up to the internet, it's first going to go through the VPN. And that's, by the way, how a VPN can make it seem as if you're in a different location. When you connect to the VPN, the website that you go and visit is not going to see anything about you. It's only going to see information about the VPN server that you're connecting to. So if you connect to a VPN server in, let's say, Kenya, then the website that you go to is going to think that you're in Kenya. And besides for that, any identifiable information like your IP address that you would normally be passing straight over to the website that you go to is instead going to go to the VPN, and then the website that you visit is not going to get any of that information. And a really good example of this is if you do any torrenting. When somebody torrents, they connect up to other computers in that network, and there is information shared between all of those computers. Other people can see your IP address, they can see what you're downloading, they can see quite a bit of information about you. But if you connect to the VPN first, then they don't see any of that. All they see is the VPN and nothing else. Now you might be wondering, okay, I protected the websites I'm visiting and other people in the torrent network. Nobody's getting any of my personal information. But what about the VPN provider themselves? Aren't they getting it? And you are correct, they normally would. And that's why it's important to get a VPN with an audited no logs policy. What a no logs policy means is that the VPN does not keep or retain any personal information about their users. And you don't just want to take the VPN company at their word. You want to make sure that they have been audited by an outside independent third-party company to ensure that they really have a legit no logs policy. So that's why all of the VPNs that I use and that I recommend have an audited no logs policy. There's ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. These are three of the most reputable and secure VPNs around, and they'll also allow you to achieve everything that I mentioned in this video. Now, there are differences between them, but it's mainly going to come down to your personal preference. ExpressVPN is very minimalistic, it's very simple and very easy to use. Personally, it's my favorite, it's the one that I use on a daily basis. But if you want something that's a little more feature heavy, then NordVPN is probably the VPN for you. There's just a lot of different features, specialty servers, add-ons like Threat Protection Pro, a mini antivirus. There is a ton to this VPN, so if that speaks to you and that's something that you're looking for, then Nord is probably the one you should go with. And if you're on a budget and maybe you want a VPN that's in between ExpressVPN and NordVPN, maybe has a little more features than Express but not as complicated as Nord, then Surfshark is definitely a solid option to go with. All three of these VPNs have at least 100 countries you can connect to and some of the fastest speeds that you'll find in a VPN. If you do want to try any of them out, then I did manage to get a hold of a discount link. You'll find that in the description below. It'll save you some extra money. There will also be full reviews for each of these VPNs in case you want to find out more about them and exactly how to use them. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.